Well, my name's Alan Ramsey, and I was a priest in south of the river, London, for 38 years, and when I retired, we came to live in Kent.
My name is Baby Kusumi. I'm director of the Detainee Visitor Group. Our charity was set up in 2002 with a group of volunteers supported by Refugee Action, Kent Refugee Action Network, and Association of Visitors to Immigration Detainees.
A group of us came together, a group of us, heard that this removal centre was to be opened in Dover, and we thought perhaps it would be helpful if they had visitors from outside. Somebody's not solicitors, somebody's not prison service.
Our relationship with Dover Immigration Removal Center I could classify as a professional, and we are able to communicate to each other very easily. We are sitting in a diversity meeting. We meet with center management on a regular basis. Part of our communication with Dover Immigration Removal Center is that the first time in any detention center the mobile phones were provided in Dover Immigration Removal Center. The other things would be is that we have had the requests which have been approved. We advocate for better facilities for the detainees, and we acting as a bridge between detainees and center management.
Although we euphemistically call them removal centres, that's what they're there for, that not all of them are removed. A number are bailed and some get leave to remain eventually, and the periods of detention can be very extensive. So we have had detainees who've been in Dover for 3 years.
My name is Beatriz Fernandez, and I work for the BASIS project as part of Refugee Action BASIS project team. I met Betty and the DVD through my colleagues who had had a long relation already with them. So I came to their ex-detainees conference at the beginning of 2008, and they said, "Oh, great! We do need some help. You could come and help us do our business plan." We started with an evaluation of what had been happening with the DVD so far. So we looked at their successes and also the challenges, what had been difficult for them throughout the years. And then we realized that they were doing really wonderful work, supporting volunteers, training volunteers from the local community. And they also realized that they were being amazingly helpful. The volunteers gave detainees a window into a very dark place, a window of light in a very dark place. So I think that was crucial for the staff and volunteers and management committee to realize that they were actually doing really good work. So it was a long process. And by December, we were ready with these new priorities, new outcomes, not new, but more well-defined outcomes and objectives for the organization. And then Marianela came back from maternity leave, and she was ready to get her hands on the application for Big Lottery Fund.
My name is Marianela Clayton, and I started working as a volunteer for the BBG, and after that, I think 5 years ago, I have passed through every possible position, admin assistant, project worker, assistant coordinator, and now I am the strategic planning and development manager. And well, I've been doing a little bit of everything, but most of the time I have concentrated in fundraising.
Writing the application, we had lots of conversations back and forth of what we understood, what milestones and outcomes, and all the language that Big Lottery Fund asks you to talk about. So we had to work on transferring our business plan, our plan for the years, into the language that Big Lottery Fund speaks and most of the funders speak. So we had to do together. It was a two-way process. It was not me telling them what it means, but it was together understanding what Big Lottery Funds expected from us, how they expected us to put the information in, and us working out what that means in reality.
Even with the successes that we had, even with the money for covering the core services and all that, we needed a big fund to secure our job for the next 3-5 years. So before we applied to the Big Lottery Fund, and that period, meanwhile we were waiting, it was extremely stressful. The recession was hit. It was in the main. It was the main problem for every organization in the third sector. So we in that point we had the stick of the BASIS project in a way. They were there all the time reassuring us, providing us with information of other funders, providing with information about an emergency plan that we did to continue with the core services of our organization, but also involving a little bit more the trustees in all what we do, so the organization could continue and continue growing.
We were expecting that by 19th of May we would know about the outcome of our application to Big Lottery funding. However, it's taken more than 19th of May, and it came to about June. A member of staff saying, "Why you don't contact them?" I said, "Well, I'm not going to contact them because, what are they going to say?" So I pick up the phone and phone them. The lady answered the call and said, the grants officer answered the call and said, "Well, let me check, can I tell you?" So I've waited, and I knew it might be a positive, they saying. So when they told me about the outcome, I put up the phone down, didn't speak to anyone, and I gave a kiss to Marianela in both cheeks. And she would not know what's happening. I wouldn't say anything. And it was a really very happy moment, and I think that it may have probably knew within minutes as we got the news. It was so much work put on it, and when it came, we got 397,000. For a charity like that, it was a lifeline, and it is a lifeline for next 3 years.
I mean, the whole office felt very quiet. We were all very nervous in a way. I was going to be out of job. The other gentleman that worked here with me was going to be out of job. And all of a sudden we received this great news, and everyone was jumping and happy, and we couldn't believe it. I mean, we were really thankful with the BASIS project for all the support, and also thinking, well, now we need to do this, we need to monitor. We wanted to do everything at the same time, satisfy our funders, our service users, our service providers. We were trying to we already had the plan, but we were trying to dream a little bit more. We dared to dream a little bit more.
I was at home off sick when Barry rang me, and I was feeling really dizzy and bad. But when he rang me, I was really happy. And I felt chills in my skin. It was just like, ooh, great. I was really, really happy for them, because I know the organization will continue doing more of the great work they do already. Whereas if they hadn't got it, it would have meant that the activities and the services of the organization would have shrunk dramatically.
Well, we are extremely thankful with the Big Lottery Fund, of course. This is the second time we get money from the Big Lottery Fund, and that's the reason why we exist in this project. It has been said to be so needed by other organizations, not only us, of course, but other organizations. 397,000 pounds is not easy to get from funders or companies or anything like that. Only organizations that, like Big Lottery Fund, can fund a project like this.
The BASIS project has supported us a lot, and particularly Beatriz Fernandez has given us great support in providing overall organization capacity for the charity, as well as supporting us in fundraising.